Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Keepers. The High Shaman Anshanshu continues his journey in the fourth banner, the most challenging banner to date. I had a really hard time adjusting to this one, but I think, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we have come to a point in the run where we have stabilized. This run, of course, is focused entirely on Miklantakutli, the Tlaloc, the god of death here, who benefits from switching the blessings non-stop to deal a bunch of random damage. It's working okay, but of course, part of the reason we've stabilized, in my not-so-humble opinion, is because we have picked up a few alternative options in the legendary Quetzalcoatl and La Chupacabra. So I think, together, with their might, we can finish this off. I hope. Now, one of those secondary options, La Chupacabra, is quite weakened. So we're going to have to look for a few events to re-inspire our death dog and go from there. Or, just put him in jail. That's fine. We ended on a combat, so we have a few weeks of doing random stuff, it looks like. Do I still want to... What is this trying to tell me? Is it trying to tell me La Chupacabra's mad? I know he's mad. But we can't do much about that. The walk-in fridge is full of bodies. The doctor could resurrect a fresh human and transform it into an employee in exchange for a little blood. No. Now here's the question. Do we go to the merchant and fish for the traps that swap the blessings? Or do we go to the event and then YOLO the course to get +2 levels on someone who could be important? I think I talked myself into the latter. The R&D director has created a centrifuge that can transform hero blood into tears. That is probably the best ratio possible, so we're going to take that. Now we're sitting on 45 tears. We can use that for a lot of things. Who did we get? You have received a letter from Monster Training Center offering to train one of your employees for a large amount of gold. The training would take to 8 weeks. This is Frostitute. Frostitute has not seen action very much, but he could be a very potent ice counter. You know what I mean. So at level, currently he is level 2. These are his stats. What do we get at level 4? 100 hit points. He is very fast for a frozen skeleton. Am I the only one that finds that strange? 70 ice. You know what? We're going to send him out. Currently, our main form of ice resist, besides Miklantakutli, who I don't really want tanking, is Be'lakor and Midna. So if we can add some more ice to our retinue... Miklantakutli has 50 ice resist, though. Holy shite. Didn't realize it was that high. Ah, we're going to send him out. How about it? A level 4 minion is a level 4 minion, you know? Alrighty. Wow, we have a lot of options here. Of course, going for the rare makes the most sense, doesn't it? However, a 4th artifact could be run-defining. And I don't have to fight a champion. Decisions. We can still get a rare artifact, right? That's a possibility. Is there something from the rare that we would want? I can't really think of one. We have the quack. What more do we need? You know, we're gonna be a little risky here. We're gonna play it a little frisky. We're gonna send Unhoplite and La Chupacabra away to rest. And I think we're gonna bring Kinda need Be'lakor in the back. What I want to do here... Maybe we just bring Unhoplite. Unhoplite's gonna have to rest somehow. You know? And I don't want... Maybe we can put Ara away. Bring him back to full. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna go with the easiest fight. I say easiest, but it's still 4 swords. This will provide us with a 4th artifact, which, like I said, could be run-defining. And their resting room is a campfire, which isn't really going to help them at all. Not going to get much gold out of this, but that's okay. We can make do. We dodged the rare, But we got the knight, who, if you saw the last episode, has presented me a lot of trouble on this character. And someone left a great comment. I believe it was Lynn US UK. They left a great quote that I will share in a moment. Although this is Knight Roland, not Knight Arthur, the king of knights, of course. But we're fighting a Shadow, one of the most annoying characters in the entire game. I believe Brian shared with me that the Shadow was the most hated character up until the introduction of the Bard, which makes sense to me. I hate this character, so we're going to zap him. The Knight, of course, attacking the front with physical damage, the Shadow attacking the front with a shite-load of nature damage, and gets first strike. Wow, that sucks. And we're joined by the Tracker. Now, I had a 200 IQ move, because the Tracker is going to dodge the first activation of the trap, which was what we just did. She's also going to attack the backline with fire, by the way. So I put up the Ballista first, which isn't going to do a whole lot. The Shadow already has low armor. The Knight has an obscene amount of armor. And now, in this second trap room, which she cannot dodge, we have the Cursed Prism to apply elemental weakness. Beautiful. Now we have a trap activation, and what are we going to do? Fire weakness, ice weakness, or zapping? I guess we zap? We'll zap, sure. We have some low health units here, nothing too dramatic so far, but hey. Bringing Unhoplite with this run was the height of my genius. The fucking ow! Alright. For the record, it was still the height of my genius. I think it's more important we kill the Shadow. Probably. You have a lot of fire resist. Alright, we'll turn this on. Midna's probably going to be killed. But, anyway, the reason why Unhoplite being here was probably a good shout. Ooh. Oh, she got the bonus armor. Nice. And she's dead. Wow. Unhoplite was resilient against both physical damage and nature damage, but it obviously didn't save him. Oh dear. Now we've had two switches, but that's okay. Hopefully McLancacutely can do something here. It's Lunar Blessing currently active? Oh dear. We'll see if the Quack can bring us home. The Quack, of course, can resist this fire decently. We're alive. Okay, so this is how much? Slowed is minus 40. That brings him to 75, which makes Quack faster. Or we can do fire. Okay. Or we can do fire and do a shitload of damage. Farewell, Chad. You tanked like a Chad. Now it is back to the Solar Blessing, and we're going to cross our fingers. Kill the Shadow. No! Solar Blessing, though, means the Quack is going to afflict burning. Even if the Quack dies, he comes back. Does he get a second turn? I don't remember. He does. Fantastic. The blessing has been deactivated, however, which is less fantastic. Oh. Shadow, do you have negative fire resist? I might die immediately. Our health is not great. How are we doing? Okay, poison's applied, that's fine. You do have negative fire resist. So we go twice now?
Cooks, bring the garlic and herbs.
Oh. Can I restart? Hold on. Science. I don't think so, actually. Let's see.
I will hide here and...
I can. Okay. This fucking night. Okay, we're going to do something similar, except we're going to go all in on the Shadow. I have to kill the Shadow. Do I? No. We're going to do everything we can to kill this shadow as fast as humanly possible. I split my damage a little bit last time. Not again. Although, can I actually attack him with this? We can. Okay. Ice Weakness isn't going to help us too much here. But, any damage is good damage. Now, I am concerned because on Hoplite is still going to die. I didn't change anything here. Because I didn't think it would make a difference. Maybe I could have. Maybe I should have. But things are going to play out about the same, unfortunately. Even if I had slowed the tracker, Midna was still dead. Because the shadow would go first and kill her. Wow, that damage is insane. Yep, this played out exactly the same. We're going in with the Lunar Blessing. I did change up this team a little bit. Quack, as great as you were, I have Be'lakor here. I guess we can YOLO. Do I really have to cross my fingers and hope I can YOLO properly? Chat! Be'lakor, of course, has great fire resistance, but it's looking like it's not going to save him. You're weaker to fire. Maybe Chad can kill here? If Chad can kill here, yes! Chad claims a corpse! Unfortunately, Chad is going to die now, but hopefully when we switch blessings... Let's see, I'm thinking. So we're going to switch blessings here. Wait a minute, why does Miklantakutli only have 90 hit points? Didn't I have more? We're going to switch black to the Lunar Blessing to try and prevent an insta-death, basically. Be'lakor might live. We got the enhanced resistance proc from switching back to Lunar. Wow, that was genius. That was a stroke of genius. Now the question is, will you still kill Miklantakutli? Yes. Okay. And now Be'lakor dies. Now Anshanshu has to take on these two. And I think I can insta-kill her. Yes. Okay. Now the question is, can I kill the knight? Lunar Blessing is active, so he is weaker, and I am stronger. I have 193 hit points. I think I did it. Holy shite. Oh. The quote, by the way, that I was going to share with you from Lynn US UK is, "What is a king before a god?" And I was going to make that quote when Miklantakutli killed things, but that didn't happen, now did it? Oh, the first attack suffered by each hero applies easy target. Damage taken from traps increased by 100%. Ah. We've seen this so many times. The game wants me to take this. The Fang and Melinda, demons' attacks regenerate their life by 150% of damage dealt if the target is afflicted by burn. We do some burning. The Cursed Spirit applies burn 3 to all heroes when a demon is defeated. Demons, huh? We have Be'lakor. Wow. I guess we'll take Cursed Spirit. Oh. Sweet mother of pearl. That was terrifying. Niangol didn't put in a whole lot of work there. A wizard with a strange hat has fallen from the sky and landed in the entrance hall. He was carrying a magical artifact. We'll sell the Philosopher's Stone. I don't think I want a business trip. I don't really want to plunder now either. 35% chance. We got another Chad. Your volunteers have snuck into a prison and left a trail of blood on their way out. They have even found a monster in a cage and have set him free. What do you call him? Chad 2? Is our siege thing we sell back? Nope. A vampire offers you bags of fresh blood. You can accept, of course, or arrest this illegal hero blood smuggler. Minus 77 life if you arrest. I'm just gonna walk away from this. Look at my health. It's terrible. We have a doctor. Nice. At the sacrifice, we have 69 blood. Nice. We're going to amplify extreme compression to its final level. And we'll unlock ancient resentment as well, I believe. That might let our spirits live a little bit longer. Heal me, please. The Occupational Health Office has been called in to do some tests following your recent assignments. The doctor provides you with some basic medical care. Help me, Anakin. I'm too weak. Now, at the course, we could YOLO yet another level 4, but I'm really afraid of who it's going to take. However, I don't really want to go to the engineer. I want to save my money. So I think we're just going to, like, skip this. We're just going to leave. At the collectors, we can offer them... Is it 15 blood we can offer? Because I don't want to offer my life. If it's 15 blood, we're fine, but I think it's 25. I mean, there's only one way to find out, right? We'll just YOLO. The doctor just had a brilliant idea. Why not cynically gather blood or tears from your employees? A brilliant idea indeed, but no. At the therapist, we can finally make full use of this. No! Shit. Your employees get a therapy session paid for by the company. Killing humans is a difficult line of work, and you often have to leave your conscience at home, particularly during torture sessions. This session will let your employees talk about their feelings and let out some steam. Does that still work? Nice. Perfect. Perfecto. Now, I am just a little bit scared. I'm sure you can understand why. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take this team, I like this loadout, and we're going to go to the easiest fight. Not just because I'm scared, which I am, but also because this will give us a master bonus. And if we're lucky, this could be life. It could be. Also, I feel like my life per week was reduced. I think the game gypped me for for cheating. For restarting. That's fine. I have 115 hit. I don't know. Hard to say. Anyway, I don't regret it in the slightest. I'm being tested. I know it. Somewhere, something is testing my will to live. And I don't appreciate it. We are fighting a sage who will be attacking the front line with ice. Great. The knight, once again, who will be attacking the front line with physical attacks. And the invoker, who will be attacking the front with fire damage. I am not amused, really. Now, I was really torn on what exactly I should do here. Should I activate the blessing, which would empower the sage, and then switch and empower these two? Should I just try and kill the sage, who has an obscene amount of hit points? I don't know, honestly. I really don't. All I know is that life is suffering. I have Midna here, who hopefully can tank to live one turn. She can. Fantastic. And, you know, we're pretty much just going to go from here. Thankfully, Midna will survive. I don't know if Chad can survive one turn. The reason Midna could make it a turn was because, mostly because Chad 2 provided her with Shell, which reduced all damage by a certain amount of percentage. Oof. Yeah, Chad's not going to make it. Which means La Chupacabra is not going to make it either. He lived, but now the bleed's going to kill him. And with no blessing activated, Mictlantecuhtli's power is dramatically reduced. It is kind of my fault, I will admit. I thought about turning it on. Alright. I have to kill something. I think that's a lesson we learned. Something has to die. I don't know what, but something. Now, I can't escape turning on the Lunar Blessing. Because that's, of course, all that Mictlantecuhtli knows how to do. I'm hoping that Be'lakor's 65% ice resist is enough to get him through this, and it is. Fantastic. We can kill the Sage. Oh, which leaves us with what? Slowing the Invoker might not be a bad idea. Both of these characters have quite a bit of resistance to fire. Let's get the slow rolling, see what we can do here. Quaxicodal might not actually be a bad choice here. Oh look, we applied Burn. We switch to the Solar Blessing and we're back to Lunar. I hope Chad can live one turn. If Chad can survive one turn, then next turn we should be able to pop off, I think. Nope. We continue the slow. Chad is going to fall here. Oh, well. Sort of. Question now is, do I YOLO? This is going off 4 times. I think I YOLO. Let's go. Yes! The YOLO! Chad lived at 2 hit points. And now, Chad will fall in glorious battle. And Mictlantecuhtli, with the empowered Lunar Blessing, shall deal obscene damage to Knight Roland. 10 stacks of Frostbite. Mictlantecuhtli, you will fall before the bleeding. Yeah, that was exact lethal too. But you have given Anshanshu a glorious opportunity.
Someone put me on a diet?
What is a king before a god? Health, 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 health. Does this actually help me? I don't think it does. Huh. We should get one more doctor, right? Like before the end. I think it would actually behoove me more to empower... No, we'll take the life. We'll see if I can get there. Who knows? There might be an event or something. Let's work out. Ha. Get the armor. Is this healing or max life? I think this is max life, in which case we don't care too much. The siege, what do we got? I don't think there's anything I can really spend my money on, but we'll siege out the snake cannon still. Sure. I hate the snake cannon. Have I made that readily apparent? Alright. While wandering around in the corridors this morning, you come face to face with a human. He seems as surprised as you are. What are you going to do? Sure, I'll capture him. Why not? At the black market. We don't need the black market. Final event. One of your employees has accidentally discovered a long-lost secret tunnel. It leads to a treasure room filled with gold and housing a rare and valuable artifact. You can keep everything for yourself, reward your employee with some gold, or gift them the artifact for +1 level. Alright. Fire attacks also deal 30% of base damage as morale. This isn't great, but it's not bad. it'll at least do something, right? For most of our characters. It might, like, drop them 1 morale threshold. This is, like, min-maxing the most. Or I could give it to Quaxocoatl, who would, of course, bump him to level 3, which might not be a bad idea. We don't know if we're going to use Quack, but, having a level 3 Quack is better than having a level 2 Quack. Shocker. And Quack, of course, is very powerful. Those are good upgrades. Alright, we'll give it to him. Congratulations, Quack, you're level 3. Reward your employee with some gold or gift them the artifact. Reward? Which one of these is the... Here, offer. That was the one, right? Yeah, level 3 Quack. Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a campfire, which is a good sign for us, the final fight of the hardest banner we have yet done. There are 2 enemies in this entire game that the quote I've said twice now applies to, or can be applied to. And we got the other one. We are in the presence, my friends, of royalty. The High King of the Dawi, Thorgrim, is our final champion for today. And what a crew he's joined by. Whew, Thorgrim is in the front, dealing air damage and applying vulnerability to himself, which is kind of funny, but he gets bonuses for that. The Dragon Knight will be attacking the middle with a physical attack, and the Hellbringer, who will be attacking the back with ice. You may have noticed that turning on my blessing is a damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of thing right now, because all 3 of these characters can benefit from them. And you would be absolutely correct. I honestly don't know what to do. I'm just going to hope that we can work our way through the blessings. With the solar blessing active, the only one benefiting is Thorgrim. However, now we have swapped to the lunar blessing. Guess who's going to activate, guess who's going to benefit from this? Well, what if I just switch it back? Thorgrim and Lisa, the Hellbringer here, will benefit from it, so we just switched it back. Chav seems to be eating these daggers, or these spears, just fine, so, you know, if it works, it works. Ooh, it stopped working. Oh, it stopped working real bad. Thorgrim here does have vulnerability on him, and now he has elemental weakness. Replenish your morale, yeah, that's fine. I am concerned. Starting off with a lunar blessing is probably the shout. We'll see what our little friend can do here. For our final room, we have Quack leading the line because Quack has 55% air resist. Pretty good. Let's YOLO. Yes. Okay, not bad. McLantakutli should be able to eat that. Yes, very good. The Lunar Blessing is active, which means Quack is not at full strength right now. But he still has Shell, which is good. Chad ate that like a Chad, which is the point of his existence. Maybe I should have slowed. We have switched to the Solar Blessing, so Chad is going to die. I should have slowed. I definitely should have slowed. I think I still YOLO, though. I YOLO this. Fortunately, McLantakutli has fallen. The god is dead. Quaxocoatl is here, though, and I think he's coming back. Fortunately, Thorgrim. Oh! Oh my god. Okay. It was actually better if he died.
will look great on my medal.
Now, Thorgrim is gonna die. So we should kill her.
To the pantry.
Oh, that fucking hurts. I need to kill him in 2 turns. Oh, that's not happening. Are you serious? No way. No. I'm gonna have to have the fastest fingers in the fucking West. No!
My blood.
I should have believed.
Before running off with the treasure, the dwarf took the time to inspect our accounts. He really knows how to hit where it hurts.
Fuck. I should have just reset. I was like, you know what? Maybe the game isn't calculating the weakness. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe I'll kill him. Or, worst case scenario, I'll be able to hit the main menu before the freaking... whatever. The freaking thing. We were so close. If I had slowed before the fire attack, I would have killed him. Because I would have gotten a second turn.
Too weak. I am going to end this once and for all.